Yeah, so my name is Hisham Al-Mahayni, and Mind used to be called Mind in Bradford. However, today, like just to represent the whole district, so we are Bradford District and Craven Mind.
Fantastic. Well, we're going to talk a little bit more about the work you do and tying in with mental health. But you've got an incredible story yourself. So tell us a little bit about where you're from, how you came to Bradford, because it was a spine-tingling story when I heard it. So tell us a little bit about that.
Yeah, so basically I came to the UK in 2012. I'm Syrian national, so, and I'll be honest with you, I was disconnected from my country just because I felt that there's no hope. Obviously, being in the UK for over 13 years now, I feel I'm British citizen as well as a Bradfordian.
Yes.
So I'm proud of that. So I'm proud I have two mothers now, have the UK as well as have Syria. So I came to the UK in 2012 because of the scholarship from British Council. It was really competitive, so there was lots of people who applied for that one. So out of 350 people, there were 10 people selected.
Wow.
Yeah, so I was one of this 10 people. So my background, so I've studied economy, accounting, which will be a bit bizarre that somebody who study accounting then is working in a mental health now charity. However, like since I was in Syria, I always wanted to help people and find ways. So I was working in the NGO sector, which is non-governmental organization.
Okay.
And part of why I traveled to the UK was to learn more about the developing and development sector and what we can do to the community. So my plan was in 2012 not to come and settle in the UK. My plan was to come to the UK, do my master's degree in international development management at Bradford University, then come back to share my knowledge and experience with other charities in Syria. However, and at that time it was the Arab Spring, where people changing their leadership. It was in a year then. So I thought I would come to the UK. By that time, I will go and then go back and happy life. However, it didn't work. It took about 13 years to do that.
Okay.
So I came to the UK, I started my master's degree, then I had to bring my lovely wife with my lovely two children. They came, so my daughter came when she was 3 years and a half, and my son was about 5 years. And I feel their childhood being taken from them because they were raised away from their country. Now English is their main language.
Okay.
It's not Arabic, which is our language, because they've been raised here, they've been learning about the British values, they've been learning about the communities that, even their accent is Bradfordian. Wow, so you will not identify, they are part of the community here, which is really I'm proud of.
Well, we have a friendly accent, so that's a good thing.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. So I decided to settle my family here and start looking for. So after I finished my master's degree, I worked for Horton Housing. And I took an advantage of the resettlement scheme that I think the Home Office was reallocating people, refugees. And there was, I think, Tony Blair have at that time identified, David Cameron, not Tony Blair. It's David Cameron who had a scheme for Syrians to resettle in the UK.
I think
the UK have accepted 20,000 Syrian people.
Wow.
So I was in the program to support Syrian family to integrate in the community.
That's
in Bradford.
You got to work with your own people again here in Bradford.
So I try to, because I'm educated person, so try to get this, also try to help in a way. I also took a part in establishing a charity organization called the Syrian Association of Yorkshire to help also Syrian community in Yorkshire, or then Bradford Leeds, because we knew at that time we have more people coming to the UK, so see how we can do different activities. So we've done type of integration lectures, or what do you call it? It's just to tell them about the English culture, about what's, for example, the GP is different here, the community is different, how to educate our people to really settle well in the British community here. And it really worked well. And people really were open. Our Syrian people are really friendly.
Yeah.
And they're really open. So I worked for Horton Housing for about 8 years.
Okay.
Within the organization, I was progressed. So started as a support worker, ended up to be a service manager for a service for an company asylum seeking children. So looking after the young people in Bradford. So after that, I decided with other two friends to open my own business.
Wow. Doing what?
So yeah, we thought so. My wife is a good chef. She always cook a very nice meals. Also, my other partner, like mother, also she's really a great chef. And my other partner, like he created like kind of Syrian sweet traditional one that everybody likes. So we thought, why we sit down together and we open a restaurant. And we did open a restaurant called Kunafa Tea at Thornton Road.
Okay.
And
Yes, I know the one.
Yeah.
In fact, somebody brought us a dessert, and they came to our house. He's Egyptian, and he brought something from your shop. To give to us for the meal.
Yeah.
Amazing.
Yeah.
So I tried everything I've learned in the past, myself and my partners, to make sure this is like an ideal restaurant where we make sure that it's not a tradition like any other restaurant, which is a commercial. The main idea is to get like profits. It's the idea of three of us is just to bring the Damascenian Syrian culture by food, because like it's really nice. Our food is nice. Everybody likes the Middle Eastern food. And by the way, I'm not saying anything like bad about like Bradford and curries. When I came to the UK, when I came to Bradford, I never liked spices, and now I love it.
Okay.
So to show you how much I'm in like merging the community. So we started this business, and we've awarded in 2021, I think, the best new business in Bradford.
Wow, that's a great.
That's a real honour. That's fun.
Yeah. I was really honoured to have this. So I've got I think it's was by Telegraph and Argos at that time, and we've got and I wasn't expecting it because I was thinking like there will be lots of other businesses competing in Bradford. So I think after 2 years of working in the restaurant, I thought like people think when you go to a restaurant, it's a nice place, you food, but there's lots of hard work behind the scenes. So I thought this is something I need to go back to the community and do some work and go back to and helping people. So I left the restaurant, I sold my shirt, and I looked for, and I thought Mind at that time, they were looking for a service manager to look after a few services. So I thought this is a good opportunity.
And we're gonna fade out then with our next song, because we're going to be talking about mental health and money. And it's Toy Story, You've Got a Friend in Me.
That was lovely from Randy Newman. So, Hisham, it's been really fascinating hearing about your story so far. I wonder if you could tell us a little bit about what Mind is in Bradford and the charity, first of all.
Yeah, so just like with our new brandings, Bradford, Discreet and Craven, Mind. And I am a senior service manager for adults and older adults within the organisation. I look about 8 services. So I think looking at money and looking at mental health, they are really tied together. So if you look about a bit of statistics, that people who are suffering from mental health and anxiety and well-being, about 46% of the reasoning is around finances.
And as high as that?
Yeah, so about finances. So we know like definitely finances have a great issue in impacting people with finances and the way it works. So if you have some financial situation, that will impact your mental health. However, also, if you have a mental health, that also will impact your financial decisions. So also like people likely when they have financial situation, they go more in debt and they go more in financial difficulties. And you will be surprised that 1 out of 4 adults, they will be having like financial situation and mental health.
Yeah,
so that's, you think about like 4 people, like one of them will be that. This is a quarter of the population here in the UK. And also, if you think about how this costs the the UK in terms of money, like around it shows about 118 billion amount of money, and this is like statistic from 2022. This is the Center of Mental Health.
Okay.
So it is really a huge. So looking after that and people look into that is really important. And the other day I was like looking to reading news, and people like change their. So Corona hits in 2019, 2020, and some people react, or that different communities, different nationality react. So I'll give like a Chinese community, because this is what I've read, where they changed in terms of behavior because there was lack of support from the governments. They were not going to work. They have to like isolate at their home. So there was an increase in their savings, about 26%.
Right.
So this is also like 26% of the people thought, okay, we need to do savings, because if something happened, we need to do something about it.
Yeah.
And also, which also like something like when I'm doing my research about how this will affect, that 52% of the people in the UK, they have around £100 or less savings.
You're so right on that. Yeah, as a credit union, we have these statistics as well. When we've seen that.
Yeah, so if I'm thinking about it, if I'm a breadwinner, I have a father, look after my children and my wife, and then the washing machine broke,
Right.
and only have £100 in my account. So that really give me limited thinking about what should I do. I need a washing machine. My kids need to go clean to the school. Need to wear clean clothes. What should I do? Or the boiler break.
Yeah.
Or whatever, like the TV breaks. So this is, and usually I think that our equipment at home, they talk to each other. So when the washing machine broke, we talk to the refrigerator, and then they would speak to each other. And then start thinking like, I have about £1,000 I need to spend, and I don't have this money. And then people, and here where the lenders will be going into, and will be very smart in coming into you and say, yes, we can give you this money. However, there's like a small favor that 29% in April you pay. And people, if they fall to this,
it's what we call loan shark.
Yes.
Let me just interject at this point here. You're doing my whole script for me. This is what I talk day in and day out, and it's great to hear somebody else say exactly the statistics I'm always quoting.
Yes, yeah, to verify that what you're saying is actually true.
Yeah, it's brilliant, absolutely brilliant.
So how does, I mean, growing up at home, I remember a lot of the family arguments were around money. So just on every level, I understand, because like money represents being able to provide for what you need to give yourself a decent life and of course your children and other dependents. Mm-hmm. How has Mind collaborated with the credit union?
So I think when I was introduced to Ian, I thought this is a good opportunity. So the first thing I've done, we have like a monthly meeting with our operational team, where service managers and service coordinators meet. And I thought it's really important for us, because at the end of the day, we provide services to our service members. So I thought we need to know about the services that credit union do, and then we'll be able to provide the support. So within Mind now, on our services, especially we're talking about different service. So we talk to service members at all time, people from the community, people working, different people at all time. So we have services like Guideline, which start at 8 o'clock in the morning and finish at 12 o'clock night time, where people come in for 20 minutes and they can explore or explain about their anxiety, their well-being, and talk about these worries. So if we know that what support is available for credit union, then we can talk about it, and we can direct the person the right place and say, look, have you tried this? Because the whole idea of bringing Guidelines is to talk about their worries and what's worrying them. And knowledge is key. So the more that you know what services are available in the community, the more that you can direct, because people don't know what to go.
Yeah.
And when you have this financial difficulties, then you will be not sure what to do in terms of where to go.
And another way we're collaborating, sorry to interrupt you there, been doing some work with Stephen Bancroft, who's really great at working with that. And it turns out our CEO, Katie Hurrell, and their CEO, Helen Davey, used to work together some years ago. And so our CEOs have got together, and we're coming up with an idea about how to do a bit of a funding bid about how to link mental health services and Bradford District Credit Union together. So through the Money SOS training course, because it's a training course that this show's come out of.
Yes.
I do a free course in the workshop, train the trainer in the community. Over 500 people have been through that. That's the genesis of all of this. So how can we use the Money SOS? How can we use the Mind's experience in mental health and Bradford Credit Union's experience in money, and actually put that together? So we're exploring that at the moment. We're looking at some funding bids.
Yeah. So that will be a great opportunity, Ian, and I think that will help us a lot in terms of supporting the service members. And just like for our listeners, if they want to capture the guideline number, it's 0800 188 4884. So it's 0800 188 4884. And it's really important that you try, if you feel. What we're trying in Minds to do is to encourage people to talk about their mental health.
Yes.
Because sometimes we have this, and I'm talking about my community, for example, like where people link mental health to be a shame, it's a stigma, it's really that I shouldn't be talking about it. However, like I believe in all my feelings and all my faith that this is something you need to shout about and talk about it. Because if you get it out of your chest, you will find somebody around you to help you and support you. You could, like, if I'm talking about addressing men's, because like most likely also a statistic that men's more likely to be having like suffering from anxiety and like depression because of financial. Talk to your partner, speak to her, talk to your children, and then you could, they could be coming with solutions that you didn't think about. So I urge everybody to think about it and speak and go to our website, go to Mind website, and there will be plenty of service that can support you, and you can gain plenty of support. We have services in the evening, we have service in the morning, you can see us. So hope like you can get advantage of our support.
Fantastic. Great speaker, great story, great collaboration that we got between our two organisations. And again, thank you to Helen Davey for her support as well as CEO of Mind.
I think like knowledge is key.
Absolutely.
And if you don't know what you can do, then you'll feel stuck. And it's just really great that Mind and the credit union exist. There is help out there. And
that's a great way to end on.